More than 24 hours ago, I did a video of yours. I reported about a 2-day long conference of RSADO, Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization, which met in Samra, Afar regional capital. I showed you clips too. Ibrahim Haroon presided over the meeting. It was an engagement between RSADO and Afar religious elders, tribal elders, and RSADO leaders. I said I'll do a video on preparations, on the plan which RSADO is working on. So I have received some information which I want to share with you. Firstly, we know that RSADO was formed decades ago. I think it was 1995 when Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization was formed. It was formed after UN-supervised referendum was held in Eritrea for independence. So back then, RSADO was formed, and RSADO claimed back then that the rights of Eritrean Afars, Red Sea Afars, were being violated. That PFDJ government wanted to crush Afars, the Red Sea Afars. The Red Sea Afars were being displaced. They were being detained, and as a consequence, Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization emerged. It was a political movement, political come military movement. Then Ethiopia used RSADO. RSADO remained based in Ethiopia. In Eritrea, there is only one political party, PFDJ. Opposition parties are not allowed. RSADO turned into an arm group based in Ethiopia. EPRDF was in power in Ethiopia. Eritrea was backing Ethiopian anti-government proxies, and Ethiopia was backing anti-Eritrean government proxies like RSADO. So RSADO was involved in some attacks in Eritrea, but it could never turn into a formidable force. During rapprochement between Abiy and Isaias from 2018 till 2022, Eritrean forces tried to dismantle RSADO's presence in Ethiopia. And RSADO leaders went into hiding. During war and videos, I remember, RSADO leaders, I think in one case, RSADO chief was taken to a police station. Later, he was released. The Eritrean government tried to dismantle RSADO in Afar during Tigray war, but it could not. Because RSADO went into hiding, but RSADO did not take part in the war, I think. It just managed to survive. And when Abiy-Isaias relations soured, when relations turned tense, RSADO once again emerged in a far region of Ethiopia. Now it is backed by Ethiopian government. It is back in motion, you can say, after hibernation of a few years. Now, what is the level of preparations of RSADO? Firstly, it seems that RSADO has made a decision to start its work. Its people reportedly were recently trained by Ethiopian cybersecurity agency and Ethiopian intelligence agency. Both NIS which is Ethiopian intelligence agency, and ENSA, which is cybersecurity agency, both have been training RSADO people reportedly. Why? Because RSADO wants to contact Red Sea affairs of Eritrea. It wants to infiltrate Eritrea. And for that, you need to know how to spy, you need to have the gadgets, the technology, and the know-how. This is what matters most in RSADO struggle. RSADO cannot just fire missiles at Asmara, but it needs to penetrate Red Sea afar. Uh, it needs to penetrate the region where Afars live in Eritrea. And for that, it needs to have specialized spying units, which have been established reportedly. Secondly, RSADO people have been armed. Afars are generally armed. RSADO people have been armed too. Their refresher courses have been conducted. New recruits have been trained by Ethiopian military. Commando units have been established. RSADO's commando units have been established after months of training. Thirdly, special operation units have been established. Of course, all that is being done by Ethiopian military, Ethiopian government. Training, arming, and mobilization underway. RSADO wanted to take Afars on board. That is why they met in Samra. They want the support. They want Ethiopian Afar tribal elders to support them in this fight against Eritrean government. So I won't be surprised if soon RSADO start activities in Eritrea. What type of activities? Difficult to say, but I think they'll start with surgical attacks in Eritrea. They'll try to form sleeper cells in Eritrea, and then they'll try to carry out surgical strikes, ground operations, surgical attacks in Eritrea. This is what they are working on reportedly. No one discloses, no group, no military discloses its plans, its strategies. But based on the available information, my analysis is that they're going to go for surgical operations. And for that, I think they have completed their preparations. RSADO is the most organized Eritrean opposition armed group. EBRF, Eritrean Blue Revolution Front, is hiring lobbyists in Washington. EANC is based in Afar too, but no organization is as skilled, as organized. No Eritrean opposition organization is as organized, as skilled, as armed as RSADO is. They can start their activities in a very short period of time. EBRF and EANC will take some time. These groups don't have the type of experience which the RSADO people have. Let's see now what happens. It seems that RSADO is now waiting for a call from Ethiopian government. Without Ethiopian government's green light, RSADO won't do anything. Ethiopian government won't allow RSADO to start attacks in Eritrea without the approval of the government. The Ethiopian government is sponsoring RSADO. arming, funding them. So now it depends on when Ethiopian government wants RSADO to strike. Preparations are there reportedly. Thanks for watching.